Hello everybody, welcome to another video on Dinkum. Today I'm going to be covering 10 tips for you for deep mining in this game. So tip number one, we're going to do an inventory check. Going to make sure you bring exactly what you need, nothing more, nothing less. If you do a full day's worth of mining, you tend to come out with a full inventory and backpack of just goodies. So let's make sure you only bring down what you need. So I have a little bit more than what I would take down on a normal mining run, but for the sake of the video, this is what I got going on. So of course you're going to need the mining pass. It's cost 25,000 dinks in John's shop. It's how you can get in the mines. Can't get down there without this. So this you need filling up one inventory slot. Of course, it goes away as you go down, so this is just going to vanish, freeing up that slot. Next up, let me actually take out, oh, that one's full. Let me take out my hat, or take off my hat, geez, and put it in there. So then when I go down in the mines, I can pop one of these bad boys on, and then I won't have to exchange my hat to fill up one inventory slot. So a lot of people bring down just the torch and that's it. However, if you end up going down to the mines at least once, you'll probably find more than you need of these miners helmets. And they're really, really good to mine down there without having to have the torch in your hand 24/7, as you can see, running around with anything in your hand and still have light. So I recommend carrying about 2 or 3 of these helmets, as they will run out of energy fairly quick, a lot quicker than a torch. It's much easier to use. Next up, you're going to have your foods. So of course we have different kinds of food right here. I'm going to explain these. The cooked meat is really, really good because obviously you get the 10 health and the 8 energy. And these are the type of meats that you get from killing the hounds, or whatever you want to call them, down in the deep mines. So as you're consuming some of these for health and energy, you're gaining more by killing the mobs. And I also have the cooked croc meat here because really these are the same thing. The cooked croc meat is just a lot better than the normal meat. You can see it's 10 and 8, 10 health, 8 energy, versus the croc meat, it's 25 health, 10 energy, much better. However, I highly recommend just using the meat first if you're new to the game, just because it's much easier to get. You get a lot more of it than when you're comfortable and been playing the game a lot longer. You'll start to accumulate the croc meat, start using these later on in the game. Same thing with these two items. These two items are mainly used for energy, not mainly, but they are indeed. The cooked bananas are really easy to get. You can buy a bundle of 99 at a time from John's shop, and they're fairly cheap on dinks. Then you can cook them up. Highly recommend cooking them up. I believe they are, yes, 10 energy, and 10 energy only. So when I'm down in the mines, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm down in the deep mines, really what I lack of is the energy, not so much the health. So it's good to have a lot of food resources just for your energy. So if you buy the bananas, or have your banana tree and you're accumulating a lot of bananas and don't cook them, I believe it's 5 energy. Then when you cook them here in these grills, it bumps up to 10 energy. So these two are the foods I highly recommend using when you're starting out in the game. Very easy to get a high quantity amounts of. And then when you start playing the game later on, I highly recommend using these two. This wattle brew you get just by farming yellow wattle flowers. They're actually just everywhere. Not these guys, but they'll be like bushes right there. You can see a bush right there in front of me. You just go and farm that bush right there, you can see, and you'll have wattle bushes or wattle flowers, whatever they're called. They're gonna look in your inventory like this. I believe I have stored right here, wattle flowers. All you need are these. That's it, and then your brewing barrel. So it requires 10 at a time. So again, I think you can get like 4 or 5 per bush, and like I said, they're very, very common. So you use those wattle flowers, put it in your keg, and then you'll make the water brews. And you can see they are a lot better. 25 energy versus 10. And then you also get 10 minutes of increased mining time. And I think that's pickaxing, or not pickaxing, but just normal axing, like for trees. But what that does is just speeds up the time of how long it would take to mine rocks and ores for 10 minutes of duration. So really, these water brews give you more than just energy, and they're really good for the mines because, again, it lets you mine quicker for that duration. So it's really good to stack up on water brews and the croc meat when you are later into the game. But I'm not going to worry about these two right now for the sake of the video. This is usually what I would be rocking for an inventory setup. All right, so let's go down to the mines. You can see the helmet working like a champ. See a bat right off the rip. This is why you also want to bring down the torch. Now, why would you want the torch if you got the helmet? The torch is really convenient because bats are super annoying down here in the mines. There's tons of them. They pop out of nowhere, and they're really good for, boom, stunning. You click your interaction button, whatever it is, if you're playing on controller or mouse and keyboard, you click your interaction button with the torch, and you can blind or stun any mob down here one time, whether it's the hounds, the bats, even the crocodiles, the glowing crocodiles. Any mob down here you can stun once with the torch just by interacting with it. So it's really good to just stun them and get them out of the way. So that's why I also rock the torch on top of the helmets. And if you rock just the torch alone, you can see if I take off the helmet, you can still see everything with just the torch. But let's just say you got to fight something or you want to mine something. Then you're doing that in the dark. It's no good. Here we go. You can see this alligator and a ton of bats on me. I'm going to go ahead and kind of circle these mobs around together and just go bam, stun everything in its tracks. Don't worry about it. The stun lasts for a decent bit. Just going to walk over the alligator. Ooh, he just killed that bat with that little poison garbage. Don't want to go near that. Next tip I got for you guys, and it's pretty obvious. I'm only going to say this because I had a buddy of mine that didn't know you could do this. So in case if you guys don't know, you can actually end up breaking these walls in the mines. You do not have to go around them at all. If there's something that's blocking your tracks, just mine it out. Continue on your way. That was a lot of bats right there. One thing I am going to know is if you don't have the jackhammer unlocked yet, let's just say you haven't built it from Franklin, be sure to make that a priority. It makes mining a million times easier and faster, really. I mean, using a pickaxe down here, you're going to need to bring like 3 or 4 pickaxes if you do one full day's worth of mining, and it takes up more inventory slots, and it takes for days to mine ore with a pickaxe. Even if you have an iron pickaxe, it still takes a couple of hits, and it's just not nearly as fast. I mean, look at the jackhammer. I'm being hit by bats, and I'm still just, oh, see ya. Like, it's just that much faster. Highly recommend prioritizing the jackhammer from Franklin. So satisfying. So I see some orange on the other side of this. So on the mini-map, the orange is like what you can walk on. The black is the walls. Keep your eye on the mini-map once in a while just to kind of help guide you on where to go. Also on the mini-map itself, you can kind of see as I'm walking, you can see light appearing as I'm walking. The shadows is what you haven't explored yet, so it's really good. Again, just keep your eye on the top right of your mini-map. If everything's all bright on the mini-map, then you've already explored that area. Here we go. Here's one of these chest rooms I've been looking for. This is another good tip for you guys when you're down here in the mine. So you can see on the mini-map a little gray spot. Looks like that right there. You can see on the minimap. When you see those things, that means you have found a chest room, and you need 2 keys. I only have 2 on me. I had to go farm for 2 keys for the sake of this video. I ended up using roughly like 60 or something keys just by mining. I love mining in this game, deep mining, and so I have used a lot of keys. So you need 2 keys per chest room. All you do is pull out the key, make sure you're holding it, and you just click on the first door. Then you have to click on the second. Each chest room is going to have 2 keys. And I found a little friend in here. Sometimes you'll find a mob in here, whether it's an alligator or one of those hounds or a bat. And sometimes you won't find mobs at all. Sometimes there won't be anything in here. Or other times you'll find like a broken car or, you know, a big rock to mine ore, whatever. All right, now that he's dead, and no mobs, also another good tip is no mobs is going to walk into this room from the outside. So it's like a little safe room. At least none of them have made it in here yet. Out of all the times I have walked into a room, sorting my inventory, looting chests, nothing has came through yet. And one thing to note as well, on this map, you can kind of see there's like this little tip right here. This little part is where the door is. There's been plenty of times where I have found this on the minimap while I'm mining, and I never noticed that this was the entrance to the chest room, and I'm just mining the wall out here right next to it, just like this, around the whole thing, trying to find the entrance. All you gotta do is just look at your map and find that little spot. So what do we find? Nothing too crazy. Some paint, an old contraption, which is always good. These are really rare, so it's really good to find these, and some fertilizer. Not too shabby. What you could find down here is some pretty nutty stuff. And one of those is a boogie board, which is pretty fun to use. Doesn't sell for that much. Or better yet, you can find the hang glider down here in these chests. Each of these rooms is only going to have 1 chest with just a handful of things in it. It's not going to be full or anything like that. Just a couple things. But that's how I found my hang glider, is in this chest. And I believe it sells for like, I don't know, like 600 or 700K. It's a lot. Sells for a lot. One thing before I get out of here is if you're mining for a long time and you end up stretching very, very far, I mean, you can see how big the mines are. All of this black is the mines, and you can't see anything except for what you have already explored, so you can get lost pretty easily. And you can see, if I click on the map itself, this pickaxe is the mine exit, and you cannot see that while you're mining on the mini-map. But what you can do is just simply click on the pickaxe, and boom, it pops up on your mini-map to help you guide your way back to home. One thing to note for, oh, look at that. I found another chest room, but I can't go in there because I do not have any more keys, which is really unfortunate. So one thing to note for is you can bring anything down here with you, whether it's an object on your person or even like your motorcycle. You can bring that down here. So if you didn't know, you can put items that you carry above your head on the back of your motorcycle to help carry things as you're riding it around. And that being... oh, I just ran out of light. There we go. Swap helmets. Boom, bada bing. Good to go. And that being rubies. If you haven't found rubies yet, I'm going to try to find one for you guys to show you what it looks like before you mine it. But they are pretty hard to see if you're not really looking for them when you're down here in the deep mines. So I'm going to just run around mindlessly until I find a single ruby to show you what that looks like. While I'm looking for this ruby, walking across this body of water reminded me, if you ever have to cross water, you can see all the blue, obviously water. Oh, geez, that bat just scared the crap out of me. If you ever happen to have to cross water, now alligators, as you can see right there, love the water, and they swim a lot faster than you do. So one thing I like to do is not just swim across it and get eaten alive, but there's always going to be blocks that are right above the water, one block under the water that you can still walk on top of, and it just allows you to, you know, get around the body of water very, very easily. So like right here, I can see on the top of my map that I'm just kind of surrounded between a wall and some water. Not that I want that to be a thing. So I'm going to just go ahead and mine through this because I see that there is plenty of more walk space over here on the minimap above. Okay, I'm being chased by a bat, but I did find the ruby. All right, I found two of them. You can kind of see it right there in the distance. You can see it right there. It's very, very hard to find, but that's also a ruby right there. So if you, like, look, you can't even tell that's a ruby right in front of me. Not this right here, but in front of me. You can hardly tell that's a ruby. So if you're just like walking around, you're gonna miss that, and I've missed a couple. You can see them if you're at the perfect angle, but let's just say if I came from this direction, I mean, that's very easy to miss. So yes, this is what rubies look like. Just mine it, boom. Unfortunately, you got to pick it up with your hands above your head, so you can only carry one at a time. But look at that. Found two of them right here. This is where I ended up being. So what I'm going to do is make a pathway up here and just circle back. And if you find more than one on you and you can't bring both back because you don't have your motorcycle or whatever, what you can do, just click on your map and just click again, put a star down, and then pick it up and be on your merry way. So I'm going to go drop this off at the elevator and come back and pick up that second one. Oh, I found one of the snail things. Oh, another car. Those snail looking things, I think they sell for a decent bit, like 20K dinks. But, you know, I'm not going to, maybe not even that much. I don't know. Maybe they do. But I'm going to ditch it. Oh my gosh. I found another ruby, bro. And I'm just trying to make my way back, man. Okay, I have made it back with my third ruby. I found a third one on my way back from bringing the second one. So I'm going to make one other point really quick. If you do bring your motorcycle down here, it will be a lot faster bringing these up because as you can see, let me show you right here. Where's my motorcycle? Right here. Let's see. So you can just drop it right there and more. Let me actually sleep really quick. So I can, because I want to sell these first thing in the morning, but you got to wait till 8 o'clock for John's shop to open up. So let me sleep really quick and then I'll show you. I don't know how many you can stack on the back of your motorcycle exactly, but you can always bring it down with you. You can see, look at my mining level. I didn't even really mine that much, and I went up from 76 to almost 78. I hardly mined for the video. I was really just looking for these rubies, but it is my highest level stat. I love mining in this game. So I don't even need this anymore. And there we go. Really quick, I need to put on my skull mask though. I need it. There we go. All right, let's see how many we can put on the back of here. So wait, I think you can honestly just Hold on. Hold on. There we go. So let's drop it there. Okay. Okay, there's 2. I wonder how many you can... I only have three rubies, but if you can do all 3, then there you go. You might even be able to do more than that. Yeah, I think you can honestly do more than that. But there you go. There's 3 rubies just chilling on the back of this. So one thing I wanted to point out, though, if you bring your motorcycle, the audio is so broken. The audio's been broken for my motorcycle for a minute now. I can't even hear the engine going. But you can hear it, like, when I jump. So when you bring stuff down in the mines, or let me back up really quick. So when you go down in the mines, it's randomly generated, just like a Minecraft world. When you hop in Minecraft, the whole world is randomly generated. And for the mines, when you come back up and go to sleep and reset the whole day, when you go back down the mines again, everything is randomly generated again. So let's just say I bring down my motorcycle and I have a ruby down there, and I come back up and I come back up and forget the motorcycle. Well, your motorcycle is going to be lost when you go back down there the next day. That's if I slept, because it will reset the mines entirely. All new ores in different locations, walls in different places. I mean, everything is just different, randomly generated. So be sure to come back up and bring everything up with you before you end up sleeping and resetting the day. So that is one big tip. So John should be opening up his store here in a sec. Are you kidding me, alligator? Are you joking, kidding me? You want this beef? I don't think so. Yeah, just keep on going. Oh, what's up, John? All right, let's go ahead and sell this first one. What do you got for us? That's heavy. 102,000 dinks. Okay, now that's pretty awesome. So that's 102,000 off of 1. Oh, this one's kind of light. 50? Okay, so let's just say 150K. That's already pretty dang good. 94K. So what? About, roughly, give or take, 250, 260,000 dinks. 250,000 dinks from selling those 3 rubies. They are very crucial to find. Don't miss them. Do not miss them in the mines. They are very easy to miss. Keep your eye out for them. And don't skip them, because they are worth a lot of dinks, as you can see. If you have any additional tips or tricks for the mines that I did not cover, please feel free to comment down below. I'd love to know what else you guys have in mind. And hopefully I'm able to help you guys out in your mining experience, make it better, make it more efficient. On that note, I'll see you guys next time.